I'm a little frustrated. Better yet, I'm a lot of frustrated. I keep hearing everybody focusing on how we're going to reform police brutality, how we're going to change laws concerning police brutality. Yes, that's not the meat and potatoes of this. That may be the fire that sparked this, but that's not the meat and potatoes. We got the whole world watching us right now. We got the whole world in unison that Black Lives Matter and the treatment of equality for Black people matter and for the people of color matter. This is not just police brutality. I'm so frustrated because I'm not seeing any Black leadership taking the helm of this movement and making it what it's really about. It's about the whole system. This is not just police brutality. That's just a manifestation of the whole system. Since we have over 100 cities that have protested, since there have been riots, since there's been buildings burning down, since you got Italy, Germany, Iran, New Zealand, Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, since everybody is watching. What are our demands from the American government? It ain't just police brutality reform, police reform now, the justice system reform. It's bigger than that. We need to demand more now, not just police brutality. First of all, I put out a 10-point plan. I've been trying to get this across to all the politicians that I know. I've sent them messages. I've put on messages on all the news stations. I've probably posted this 100 times, and some of my friends have seen this. The first thing we have to do is declare white supremacy a threat to national security. Period. What does that mean? That means it's in the same category as Al Qaeda and ISIS, which means if we find anyone communicating with white supremacists from now on, it's a threat to national security and they could be subject to being prosecuted just like if they were communicating with ISIS or Al Qaeda. That's number one. Number two, every law enforcement agent who is authorized to carry a gun and a badge and judges need to be thoroughly Homeland Security vetted, which means you use the power of the government to go through their entire history to determine if they are involved with a white supremacy group or if they ever entertained the notion or idea to be in a white supremacy group. And if they were, scrubbed throughout the system. That's just the beginning. We need to reform everything now. We have the power to do that now because the whole world is watching. That means the discrimination that's been taking place in housing and public education, in the banking system, in not the wages, but corporate America, as far as the unfair practices that are taking place in corporate America, the unfair practices that have been taking place as far as grants and for organizations and corporations. There's so much more. We got to demand it now. This is the time. Let's stop focusing only on police brutality. If you do that, you minimize this entire movement. Yes, George Floyd is that bomb that blew this thing up. But it ain't just about police brutality. So we can't minimize it. So please reach out to people you know, reach out to the politicians that you know. Please share this message. We need to move and act now while we're in this lockdown, while we're still dealing with the pandemic. They have time on their hands to rewrite laws, to implement change, but we cannot let this moment pass. Otherwise, we'll be back here again. So, yes, talk about police brutality. But this is far more. We demand far more, and we can't just stop there. Please share this message.